All right, we're live. Check the feed. Not popping up.
I just got the notification just now. I can't go in there though because I'm on my phone.
Oh, I'm looking right now. It didn't pop up.
Oh man, what's that? Am I still on?
Let me see.
Is there something on my screen, bro? You see it?
See what on your screen?
I'm on
You said something
it.
on your screen?
No, I'm saying like it is like it's on like can you see me on the screen? On my phone, it's like my screen's like this.
Yeah, I can see you. Yep,
Okay, okay, come on. Yeah, I'm not worried
I
about
can
it.
see
Yeah,
you on the screen.
my phone being weird.
Um,
I ain't worried about it. There we go. Yeah. Yep, there we
okay. Hold on. We check. We're gonna check the feed real quick. Live. Okay. Testing. Testing.
go. Testing.
Testing. Testing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yep. So we're good. All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
This is GMS Pittsburgh, the brother Daniela and the brother Tezayar, doing this sit down. Um, First off, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh
Bahashim,
Ba'Hashem, Yahushai Ba'Hashem
Hashem,
Rakakadash.
Ahadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect brothers and sisters that believe in this word and that fear in the Heavenly Father and His Son. And yeah, we're gonna do a lesson. The inspiration for this lesson is from the statement that was made by Elon Musk and his
Mm-hmm.
Neuralink, right? His Neuralink C hit, which all this is coming to fulfillment of prophecy about the Charisma, as it said in the Greek, the MARK, the MOT to the B, all right, uh, being pushed in the earth, man, you know, and that's what this devil's going to use different lying signs and wonders, just as we prophesied and have been prophesying, start with our elders apostles years, decades ago, right? We've entered into their works and we've been prophesying it for years also, and now we see these things coming to pass. Just as
Mm-hmm.
we said, they're going to come with the medical benefit, right? As these things are miracles. We're gonna read it, but these lying signs and wonders to deceive people into taking it. Now, also as we said, don't be surprised once they start dishing out these different procedures for the brain C hip, right? Which I would brain C hip would be more for the rich people, Of course, regular Jake they ain't got no money like that. They get it in the hand, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But even with that, people are going to be destroyed by convenience. Getting in there, oh, I just wave my hand and the door open, and a smart house, and blah 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 blah.
Yep.
You know. So here I got the article here. I'm going to read some of these statements, and then we can hold what is it? We'll hold this on deck too. Revelations um, 13 and 16, which a lot of times, like Apostle Tahar said, a lot of times we quote it because we've done so many lessons on it. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of times we didn't go to it, you know, but we've done so many lessons on it. But we can go. We gonna pull it out, right? So here, let's read this first, and then we'll read the article. Revelations 13 and 16. It says, and he calls it both uh, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now, when it comes down to reading the Bible, you have to go into the original language. That's the weakness of the English language. It'll translate, it'll simplify and translate it into one word, but it has multiple different meanings. But when you go into another language, there are specific words for specific things. So in this example, the mark is charakma, which means
Mm-hmm.
and brothers know this, brothers and sisters that watch know this. So, a stamp an imprinted mark. This is one definition, but there are many antichrists, as the scriptures say,
Mm-hmm.
right? It says a mark stamp on the forehead or the right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist. It really is Antichrist plural, right? You follow these elites. But here's the real thing right here. It says a thing carved. The word carved means to cut. Sculpture or
Mm-hmm.
graven work. The word graven means to cut. When you think about a grave that you put inside a dead body, did you put a dead body inside of? What did they do? They used the excavator to cut into the earth.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, as the scriptures also say, to dig into hell, right? Hell represents the grave or death, but that's digging into the earth, dig into hell, you
Mm-hmm.
know? These are all concepts that if you're in the know, you understand what those things mean, right? But to
Right.
grave or to carve means to cut, right? So this work, this device that they want to put under your skin, all right, they have to cut into your skin to get it there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, furthermore, so the charagma is the C hip, all right, the charagma is the C hip, and then the charax or the karax, as brothers say, is what they use to get it under your skin, right?
Mm.
For the most part, I don't know how the procedure goes for the implantation. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe one of these videos will go into it, but they do show the procedure on how well, same thing. What do they have to do? They have to cut a hole into your head, bro. Insert and they probably use a laser and shit,
Mm. Yep.
use a high tech laser cut into your head, or your
Probably make it
linen
like a little
thing,
slither, yeah, like a little slither down.
turn, and then they'll add
Cause
they call it neural lace, where the device goes in, but then these like tentacles lace around your brain,
mm-hmm.
you know.
Using that
So
nanotechnology.
right, so either way, still it's used to cut, but in the sense of in the hand, right? This pale or a stake, that's why you have the word impale, right? Like Vlad the Impaler, right? This is what you use to do the cutting. Well, that's your sharp syringe. Let's look chipping syringe.
If I may add too, brother, another definition I remember on the blue letter was an etching, which also means cutting in the skin as well.
Right, right, etching, which goes into you're right, etching. Because in the ancient world, they would use tables of wood or tables of stone. They would use paper too, but to etch things,
Hmm.
right? To grave things. That's what they have something called a scribe. Real quick, bro. If you can look up the word scribe in the etymology dictionary.
Um, all right. This is the word scribe in the etymology dictionary. It says scribe, late 12th century. It says professional interpreter of the Jewish law. It says from the church Latin scriba, teacher of Jewish law, used in Vulgate to render Greek grammatus, corresponding to Hebrew sofer, writer, scholar. It is a special use of Latin scriba, keeper of accounts, secretary, writer. It says right here. There we go right here. Okay. It says keeper of accounts, secretary, writer, and eight. It says an agent noun from the past particle. Oh, not past particle. Past uh participle
Hmm.
participle stem of scribere to write from pi root scribe with the h at the end. It says to cut.
There you go. To cut.
Oh, here you go right here. Salakia, bro. The root word that it was talking about right here. Scribe, the verb, mid 15th century. It says scriben to write. It says from pi root scribe to cut. It says the carpentry sense mark or score with an outline is from 1670s of uncertain origin, perhaps a shortening of describe. Really, but yeah, that's the point, bro. To
Right.
cut, yeah,
We ha-
cut.
yep, to cut. And we have that's a term that's used when you're doing construction for or masonry work, working with stone. You'll
Mm-hmm.
scribe you'll scribe the stone to fit in a particular space. Now you can do that with a pencil, but you can also do that, say, with like the sharp pointed end of a chisel, and you just cut along, and it'll create a line for where you're gonna use the saw to cut. So they call that scribing, right? But the word scribe, its root means to cut. So like so we go further because we went from Karax, which is the C hip. Sorry, my bad. Karagma, which is the C hip, to Karax, which is the device used to um to insert the C hip, which that's the Salaki. I wasn't sharing the screen before, but this is that device, and you
Yep.
can see it's a pointed device. This is a
Mm-hmm.
pail, right? They also mentioned in that definition a palisade. You got something called a palisade fence. That ancient palisade fence is where they had the pointed basically the pointed wooden logs that they would build a fence around, like make like a fort, but it would be pointed at the top, you know. And when you go into the definition too, there's grapho. You go back. It says right here. It says karax from karaxo, to sharpen to a point, right? To
Mhm.
sharpen to a point through the idea of scratching. Scratching, same thing. Scribing. Just, So now we're gonna go back here. So now we got grapho, which means to write with reference to a form of letters, to delineate or form letters on a tablet. Now, what's the modern day writing we have, man? This technology, these we have these screens of light, right? A tablet means like a
Mhm.
table, right? We have these different phones and what we call a tablet that are screens of light, right? So we have digital scribing, you know.
Mhm.
It says to write with reference to the contents of the writing, to express with written characters, to commit to writing things not to be forgotten. What don't you want to forget in this society? You don't want to forget your wallet. Can't forget your wallet. Can't forget
Yep.
your driver's license. Can't
Your
forget, your
phone.
identification, your phone, all these different things, right? But now all those different things are going to be uh, written within a digital system, your medical records on that C-hip. Here it is. We have, these different phones that have C-hips in them that can hold all sorts of information. And when it's scanned, they can bring up all sorts of information on you. So look at that. All of that is lined up together. So when you go into the actual words, you get the understanding of the message that is to be conveyed through the spirit.
Mm.
So now, you got that article pulled up, bro?
Con.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Read the headline. Um, read this little subheading too, where it says interview, and it, we'll just follow along with you, bro.
Con. Con.
You
So
get all
this
the.
is so like my bad.
No, I'm saying you're gonna get all the good parts out of there.
Got you, brother. This is from the marketwatch.com. It says Elon Musk compares his company's work to that of Jesus. Says in an interview on Monday, the billionaire said his Neuralink brain implant company is progressing in its development of Jesus like technologies. This is by William Gavin. This was published May 18th of this year. Going down his first paragraph right here says Elon Musk shown here attending a cabinet meeting at the White House on April 30th, 2025, said Monday that Neuralink expects to give a patient its blind sight implant for the first time by the end of this year. Mm,
Right. So he did this at a Tel Aviv summit
mm.
in Paint City. What's that nigga doing over there? Well, I said what he was doing, but come on, bro. The
Man,
Lord is nuking the shit out of Tel Aviv. Not nuking, but dropping missiles over there.
yeah, getting ready, man, cleaning it up over there. It's a mess.
Right.
You want me to
So,
continue on?
what was say this real quick? Right. So they're comparing their technology to be able. They're saying Jesus like technology, meaning they can perform the miracles of
Hmm.
whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus. You know, it's gonna say you can read on, bro.
Yeah, it says the next paragraph under referenced symbols, it reads Elon Musk on Monday compared the work of one of his startups, the brain chip company Neuralink, to that of Jesus Christ, which again, like the brother said, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, his name is Yahweh Shai. All right. It says Musk, speaking virtually at the Samsung International Smart Mobility Summit in Tel Aviv, was asked to describe an exciting breakthrough technology that he's working on and that people aren't talking about enough. After touting the potential of SpaceX rocket technology, Musk pivoted to describing Neuralink's work. He says, it has enabled people who have completely lost their brain body connection to speak again. And we believe it will enable people to walk again. Musk said of Neuralink's brain computer interface, or BCI technologies. This guy.
Right. So these are the things that Yahweh Shai did in the ancient world. He made people speak again, made people see again, and made people walk again. Right.
Right.
So actually, you know what? Let's get some examples.
Oh, I'm about to pull one up too.
Right. Because just like the Pharaoh said unto Moses when Moses came in the name of Yahweh. What did he say? What did Pharaoh say to him? He said, "Shew a miracle for thee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shew us a marvelous thing through your God, through your power, right?" Moses performed the miracle, and then the Magi, which Jeffries and Jambres, they performed the miracle too, the same miracle. But the miracle that Moses performed was way more powerful, you know.
And it was
And these
righteous.
devils, right, righteous. So these devils can perform miracles on the left hand side, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Even outside of technology, these high level witches and warlocks, they have the ability to. They got spiritual power on the left hand side,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Different psychics, even yeah, you might see some of them motherfuckers might know how to walk on water and shit, be floating and shit like that, man. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Them
fuck with
different
the pop.
so-called Salaki, my bad, bro.
No, go ahead, brother.
I was saying like those different so-called magicians, they be tapped in with those different left-handed angels, man. You're
Yeah, yeah,
doing those different things that they be doing, and they call it magic. Nah, y'all really
yeah,
over there
calling it
tapping
magic.
into the left hand.
Right, right in front of people's face, and people be freaked out. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how did he do that? Oh, it's magic. Yeah, it is magic, nigga. Through the power of them demons, you
That's right,
know.
bro.
And Jake hear about different stories about fucking witches and warlocks and motherfuckers flying on a broom in these different countries. So there's high level witchcraft, man. But the right hand is stronger than the left hand. So I got this example right here because he says what? He said, what did he say causing people who can't speak to speak again?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, it says able people who have completely lost their brain body connection to speak again. Well, the Lord did that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is Jesus level. Like, man, you ain't on the level you Howard Shine, bro.
Yeah, Chad,
Lord did
this
that
is high level.
organically. The Lord did that just by speaking, nigga. Can you do that just by speaking? No, you gotta make a device, and you gotta do all these. You had years and years of research behind it. You had to learn how to do these procedures. You had to fuck up however many times performing these experiments on animals and then on people. The Lord ain't had to do all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. He just
Performing those
spoke with his
damn
voice.
them different fucking seances, whatever the fuck they call them, doing them different shits and calling on different demons and shit.
Kind. Doing all that, you know. So this is Matthews 9:25. It says, and when Yahweh saw that the people came running together, he rebuked the foul spirit, right? Because it be spirits that cause these different ailments and sicknesses. The foul
Hmm.
spirit saying unto him, thou dumb, real quick, brother, look up the word dumb and deaf. Basic definition. Look up the definition of dumb and deaf. Just for, people who don't know what the word dumb means because they use it in the wrong context. Oh,
Hmm.
he's dumb. Mm. Is he?
This I got the word dumb right here in Google definition. It says dumb is an adjective that informally means stupid, foolish, or lacking good judgment. Originally an old English word for mute or speechless.
There you go. That's the real meaning of dumb. Someone who cannot speak. They're a mute or they're speechless. That's a
Hmm.
demon, right? Then the word for deaf.
And then the word,
DEAF.
yep, the word deaf in the Google definition, it says being deaf is defined as having partial or total hearing loss that prevents an individual from relying on the auditory channel as the primary means of communication.
There you go. Someone who cannot hear,
Hmm.
right? So, hey, and through the call on y'all by from y'all side because there are brothers that teach this word to people who are to Jake who are deaf. They can't hear. They teach it in sign language. You know,
Hmm. It's powerful, bro. Powerful, man.
teaching in sign language. And gang members walk past. Hey man, what's your set? Nah, nigga, we teaching the word. I'll be here for teachers, man. But
God,
literally,
God.
bro, like they're teaching in, they're teaching in sign language, bro. They're worshiping
Hmm.
the Most High in sign language. Now, just as the Lord did, the Lord say, "What the things I do, you shall do in greater." There might be brothers that are out there that are blind, deaf, in a wheelchair, right, on a cane, or whatever other ailments that they have, but they are the elect, and the Lord is going to grant that power unto brothers to heal them from these different infirmities, just as we
Hmm.
about to read right now. You know, that spiritual power is being turned up. It says, right. He says, it says, he rebuked the foul spirit, saying unto him, thou dumb and deaf spirit, I charge thee, come out of him and enter no more into him. The spirit cried and rent him sore and
Mm.
came out of him, and he was as one dead. Oh man, hold on. There's more context for this, but we gonna read this right here. You can read this account. Like I said, this is Mark 9:25. You read the book of Mark 9, right? It read so that spirit came out. He's like, man, if I gotta go, I'm gonna put on a show. He came out
Hmm.
all dramatic and shit. Ah, no, no, no. He came out dramatic. Read that again. It says, and the spirit cried and rent him sore. Probably had him convulsing and doing all types of shit, man. You know, it says, you gotta read with visualization. It
Yeah,
says,
you gotta
and
have imagery.
kind. He was as one dead, insomuch that many said, he is dead. But Yahweh took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he arose. And when he was come into the house, his disciples asked him privately, why could not we cast him out? Because that was a strong spirit that was on him.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto them, this kind can come forth by nothing but by prayer and fasting. So certain
Mm.
spirits is going to be prayer and fasting to get rid of them. And they departed thence and passed into and that was the point right there.
Mm-hmm.
So he calls this man this deaf and dumb man, right? That had that spirit on him to come up off of him just by speaking, right? You said you got an example too, brother.
Yep. I got the example in John with the man that was blind
Okay,
from his
fine. Yep.
birth.
Okay.
This is John chapter 9 and verse 1. It says, and as Yahushua passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?
Right now, right there, that lets you know that there was an understanding that there is reincarnation. Your
Mm-hmm.
parent is
Yep.
not just your direct mother and father, right? Your parents are also your ancestors, right?
Right.
So, and as we know, according to the scriptures, every man shall die or be judged for their own sin, right? So that's
Mm-hmm.
not talking about, it's really talking about himself in a past life when you go in there deeper. But your
Yep.
parent doesn't mean your direct mother and father. They're not asking was it his mother or his father. They're talking about his ancestors. To that he was born blind, that being the judgment coming back down on the earth. Go ahead, brother.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Verse 4. I'm sorry, Salakia. No, yeah. Wait, what was that? Oh, yep. Continue on in verse 3. It says, Yahushua answered, neither had this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of the Most High should be made manifest in him.
Right. So he didn't sin in the past life, right? His ancestors,
Right.
it wasn't because of that. The Most
Mhm.
High made him blind just so he could be glorified. So the Most High do what he wants.
Right.
I'm gonna make you blind for however many years. You know, I'm gonna come, I'm gonna take away that blindness so he could get the praise. Lord can do that if you want. Go
Hmm.
ahead.
Come on, verse 4. It reads, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. It says, as long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. When he had thus spoken, he spat on the ground and made clay of the spittle, and he anointed the eyes of the blind man with the clay, and said unto him, Go, wash in the pool of Siloam, which is by interpretation sent. He went his way therefore and washed and came seeing.
Hey, look at that. But did he have to go do a whole bunch of research and get a whole research team, right, to do experiments on people's eyes and all that shit to get them to see again? No. I
Cut
don't.
into their heads and shit, and
Yeah.
just to surgically put something in their head. And come on, man.
Right. Hey, the Lord, how's the loogie? Mix it up with him, put it on his eyes. We'll take a bath. Eyes came back. You can see again.
Whew.
Meanwhile, this nigga Elon Musk got to put you in a chair, make you sign a waiver, do this, do that. All right, now we're gonna put some anesthesia on you. Okay, now we gotta set up the laser, prepare this, prepare that. You got all these, you know what I mean? Laser got to
Yeah,
cut into. You know, we got to insert ever so slightly, put it in, and put the piece back in there. Now you still under anesthesia. Now we got to sit you back up. We got to do this. We got to do that. Right? We got to check your vitals,
your
see what your
vitals.
blood
I was about to
pressure
say
is.
that.
Yeah. Come on, bro. But you doing Jesus level technology. Fuck out of here.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
you can't you can't mess with the Most High, man. But there you go. It's another example. Okay, and these elites, they know that brethren are going to get this type of power,
Mm-hmm.
right? They ain't gonna have to use no technology, right? It's gonna be all organic through the spirit, through manipulation of the elements. These devils have to create devices to manipulate the elements, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chemistry and all that other bullshit. We gonna, it's gonna be by the spirit, man. But come on, brother. So let's see what else. They got anything
Hey, we're on
else
the
on that
charcoal.
article, brother?
Yep, yep. Let me see. So we read that. Um,
That's probably really all we need for real, bro.
yeah, yeah, because it's going into like the start of that company and all that shit. It's
Oh,
not. That's
oh,
not.
oh. Well, you know what? Let me read this part right here. Then it says Neuralink has raised 1.29 billion. They put a lot of money into this, man.
A
Billions and
lot
billions
of.
of dollars over the decades, man.
But America broke as hell.
Yeah. It says and its value at 9 billion, making it
Damn.
among the best founded BCI startups according to data from Traction. Neuralink aims to begin high volume production of
Mm.
BCI devices in 2026, Musk has said. We're in those times. High volume production. Look, they already got the seed hippies that go in your hand. They already got that shit. They got everything set up for that. That's easy. But this forehead stuff, now he's trying to look. You trying to go because they're gonna make like the scripture say, small and great, rich and poor. They're gonna make rich people take this seed hip. So I'm gonna keep reading here. Well,
It,
no,
bro,
I'll
because
read the okay.
you see it in the different movies, bro. You see it in the different movies. Like I always bring up this movie, bro, because it's basically the same thing. It's called Upgrade. The movie's called
Upgrade,
Upgrade.
right?
It came out in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. I remember that movie when it first came out. I was like still in high school at the time. I was watching this shit like that's pretty weird because just to make a long story short about the movie, the guy he had the company was like a rich company, and they
Right.
basically set the guy up. They end up unaliving his wife and made it seem like it was like a robbery or carjacking. And in reality, they was using him as basically their guinea pig for their whole company. So they purposefully um paralyzed him, and then came up to him once he was in the hospital and all that, and offered him like, hey, we got this to be able to make you walk again, it's not a third. And they introduced that micro c hip to him. They placed it in the back of his in his spine, and just like how they mentioned the Neuralink, how you said like once it goes inside of them, the little adapter joints, they go out and connect to their like what is that called? Like their brain, like the brain waves or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh,
And it basically took over his whole body, bro. Like he could talk to it. It was helping him walk. He was doing all the different things. And then and then in the movie, that micro C hip end up going rogue, so to speak, because it was basically like AI. And it basically took over the dude. It basically shut the company out from shutting it down, and took over dude's body. Basically made him like a whole like a machine, bro, like RoboCop, basically.
yeah. And you know what? The same thing you just described was in RoboCop. You
Yeah,
know,
yep. Yeah.
Right now, I don't know if you remember this show. Uh, was it on Netflix? It's called Black
Oh, Black
Lightning.
Lightning. Yep. Yep.
This
Painkiller.
this character, Painkiller. Right.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't move. He was paralyzed from the waist down.
Yep.
So what did they do? They made him a bionic spine, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
with a C hip in it. Right. With a C hip in it, and what they had martial law on it. There was a lot of different predictive programming that was going on in that show. And of course,
Yep.
Jake is walking around with the spiritual power. You know. Um.
Mm-hmm.
But here I'm gonna get this right here because I wanted to get this info. But he said what making people walk again. You
Yep.
know. And what controls your walking, so to speak, the neural pathways from your central nervous system, is what they call it, from your brain all the way down
Mm-hmm.
your spine. Your spine connects all your other body parts. You know
Mm-hmm.
the neurons and all that different thing. You know. So right here, I typed in black lightning bionic spine. Typically refers to the cybernetic, right? They're trying to merge man with machine, man.
Man with machine. Yep.
But look, cybernetic implant, right?
Mm. Mm.
Cybernetic implant worn by Khalil in DC's Black Lightning, or to wearable illuminated LED cyberpunk cosplay. Okay, it says capabilities. It grants him enhanced strength, speed, heightened reflexes, and the ability to project poison paralytic darts from his body, right? So they're going to be using this technology to create super soldiers that can do these different things.
Mm-hmm.
They, spiritual power on the left hand side through its technology, right? So the Lord is going to show that the left hand is more powerful than these devils, man. But that C hip is here. It's already here. They just have to mandate it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, those who are going to deny that C hip, all right, no matter what the consequence they're going to push forth, the Lord is going to raise up that standard when they come down with great, you know, what is that? A great wrath, man.
Yep. Great rap because you know that they have but a short time.
Right. So these miracles, oh, they will be able to walk again, see again, right? Talk again. All these different miracles is going to be used for deception. So this is
Hey, bro. There's some more in this article, Shalaki. I just like had to
uh,
like scroll down a little bit. Oh, bro. Yeah, but no, you good, bro. You good.
no. You can read it, bro.
Okay, Con. So right under where you read at from the Neuralink raising the 1.29 billion. Listen to this, bro. It says that the next paragraph under that one, it says the startup has implanted its telepathy BCI in at least 21 patients with paralysis, allowing them to control phones, computers, or robotic limbs with their thoughts. Neuralink has also been running a clinical trial testing an implant designed to restore speech since last October. There's some more too. Uh, it says on Monday, Musk said Neuralink expects to give a patient its blind sight implant for the first time by the end of this year. It says in January, Musk had sat Osalaki had said that Neuralink was waiting for regulatory approval to implant the BCI meant to restore patients' vision. It's unclear whether approval has been granted. Musk said that blind sight could, over time, not only bring back patients' sight, but also give them perhaps superhuman vision. In the past, he's talked about giving people superpowers once Neuralink's technology is refined. Neuralink wants to put a BCI in an otherwise healthy person by the end of the decade, the company's president and co founder, DJ Seo, said last year.
An otherwise healthy person.
A
So they want to
soldier?
put it in regular people. Oh, you get this. Look, that left hand spiritual power. You get this BCI implanted in your head, nigga. You can speak any language you want. You can speak all the languages in the world.
Wow.
So these are those wonders, you know. And I'm gonna that lines right up with the precept I'm about to read.
Mm-hmm.
Give them superpowers. So this is him feeling like he's God. Because did not the Lord Yahweh Shai give his disciples power through his name to cast out evil spirits? Yes, he did.
Yes. Yes.
They were going around healing people with blindness, sickness, causing them to walk again, doing the different things that the Lord did in his name. Because the Lord granted him that power. See, he's trying to be like the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
I
Hey,
can give you
bro.
superpowers. I can make you run faster than you've ever run. See, this devil's proud, man.
He, bro, real quick. This the last thing he said, bro. And as soon as you said that, I just read this real quick. This the last paragraph in this article. It says restore. This is what who is this? Elon Musk. So after that last paragraph I just read, Elon Musk says restoring control of people who are tetraplegics and restoring sight, I think, are pretty big deals. Musk said on Monday at the conference, adding, they're sort of what I might call Jesus level technologies. So, like you said, bro,
Right.
this devil, he's proud, bro. He think, hey, look, I can make you walk. I can give you superpower. I could give you superhuman vision. I can make. Oh man, this devil is just what the
Hmm.
scriptures say he is, man. He's proud, man.
Yeah, and he's doing all this to deceive people.
Mm-hmm. That is
All of this is to
crazy, bro.
deceive people. Now, who? That's what I'm saying. Rich niggas is gonna be getting that shit.
For sure. For
You know,
sure.
rich motherfuckers gonna be getting. Now, see, look, now this is another thing too. I was gonna mention earlier. We've already prophesied and told you that these
Hmm.
different celebrities are gonna start getting these particular implants, especially of the Neuralink, and they're going to be showcasing the convenience and the miracles unto the public so that they can deceive people into getting it themselves. Because once these different celebrities start attending, all these people that worship them, so to speak, are going to start doing it too.
Because of
You
their
know,
influence. Yeah. And that's just
because of
like
their
how
influence.
just what we went into not last camp, but the week before when we was talking about how they was targeting certain pastors that had a lot of
Influence,
influence on,
right?
yeah, on influence, because they know once they get to those individuals, people will get on the board and do it as well.
Right, right, man. So,
Mm,
man, we in those
nice.
times, man. We right there at the door. We just waiting, man. We right there at the door. It says,
Mm.
let me go to get that second Thessalonians. This
Second
is Second
Bessie.
Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. It says,
Mhm.
and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord will consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So the wicked is being revealed. This nigga, Elon Muskie. Yeah, that's what we call him, Elon Muskie. Uh,
Elon Musty.
Muskie, right? Right. He's of the wicked, man.
That's right.
You know, and it says, even him who's coming. is after the working of Satan.
Mm.
The spiritual demon Satan works with him on the left hand side to create these different technologies, to
Mhm.
perform these different miracles, right? With all power and signs and lying wonders. So when you go into the word wonders, they are miracles. But lying wonders are miracles performed to deceive you, right? With all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, which really is Israel. So how with all you other nations are taken, so what? None of them gonna be destroyed anyway. It's over here in the soils of America and over there in Israel, right? The Lord gonna sweep that place clean too,
Mhm.
right? The only difference is Israel's gonna be rebuilt back up in righteousness. No one's gonna ever dwell in America except for desert creatures, right?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Israel will be able to be inhabited again.
Right. It says it says with all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish because they receive not the love of the truth. Those
Mm.
are Jake,
Yep.
right? That they might be saved.
Ooh.
That's Jake, because only Jake can be saved,
Right.
right? So this devil is gonna all these he go deceive Jake, man. You know how they get the fucking celebrities, bro. Jake be they be liking the fucking Northern Kingdom woman. You always wanted how to. Have you always wanted to learn how to speak Spanish?
Yo, for real. Hey,
Or
you remember
maybe French?
the time when the C19 was running rampant. You had Jake over there talking about uh uh you know VAX that thing up.
Yeah, right. Max that thing up.
Yeah, max that
Max
thing
it
up.
up.
You want to go
Right.
to the club? Max that thing. Yo.
Man, make music videos, songs about it, everything, bro.
Oh
You
my
know,
goodness.
they might get the brain, the Neuralink. So have you always wanted to speak another language? Right? Do you want to talk to them Latina baddies? Right? You know how they could get Jake?
Yeah.
Jake try to holler at the chick that don't speak English. You know? Yeah, well, get our brain free hip and you can speak any language you want and get all the foreign baddies. Come on now. It don't take much with Jake, man.
Mm-mm.
It needs some food, some drink, and some women. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Easily influenced. He said, "My people is a flock led to the slaughter."
to the slaughter, right? Easily influenced, bro. Right? It says that they might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. These Jakes, they're gonna take that sea hit because their pleasure is in unrighteousness. They want this place to keep going on. You know, so you got different men that was amongst us. All right, the Lord is going to have them revealed. This is a year of apostasy, agents, sellouts. We had
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot has been revealed. You know that they doing certain things like, man, why don't you just say you sold out, nigga?
Facts.
Changing the doctrine. Oh, now his name ain't Yahweh.
Can't
Now
make
you
it up.
calling back on JC. His name ain't Yahweh now. Oh, now the heathens can make it. What? All right, yeah. You sold out, right? But let's well, we get one more precept, but we'll just we'll end it right there. We coming up on the time.
Okay.
Right. So these different wonders that they're gonna do, and then also too, you got Project Bluebeam,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what we were going into that about the disclosure they was gonna make unto the um these pastors, these influential pastors. But this devil has technology that can fool people.
You still on, bro? I can't hear you.